Your dog is looking at you right now, not at the door, not at their food bowl, not at anything else in the room, just you. And if you look back, they hold it for a moment longer than feels normal. Then they glance away. Then back again. Most people call that cute. But what if that look isn't random? What if it isn't just habit or hunger or boredom? What if your dog has been sending you a message, the same message, in different forms every single day, and you've been receiving it without ever realizing what it meant? Dogs cannot speak in words, but they were never silent. They have been communicating with you since the first day they came home, through movement, through stillness, through the way they position their body in a room, through where they choose to sleep, through the sounds they make when they think no one is paying attention. And here is the part that changes everything. Most of it isn't random behavior, it's language. A language older than words, a language shaped by thousands of years of living alongside human beings. And once you understand even a small part of it, you will never look at your dog the same way again. Most dog owners believe their dog's behavior is fairly simple to read. Tail wagging means happy. Barking means alert. Sitting close means they want attention or a treat. And on the surface, that interpretation isn't entirely wrong. But it is incomplete. Dangerously incomplete in a quiet way. Because what most owners miss is the layer beneath the obvious, the subtle, consistent, to deeply intentional signals that dogs send not just when they want something, but when they feel something, when they're worried about you, when they're bonded to you, when they're trying to tell you something they have no other way to say. There is something deeper happening, and it has been happening all along. 1. The slow blink before you even speak. Have you ever noticed that sometimes, before you've said a word, before you've moved toward them, or reached for their leash or opened the treat cabinet, your dog is already watching you, already alert, already oriented in your direction as if they sensed a shift in the room? Behavioral researchers studying canine attention have observed that dogs are extraordinarily sensitive to micro-changes in human body language, changes too small for other humans to notice. A slight tension in the shoulders, the way your breathing shifts when you're anxious, the subtle change in your facial expression before you've consciously decided how you feel. Dogs read these signals constantly, and their response, that slow, quiet look they give you, is not passive. It is active monitoring. It is your dog checking in. It is them saying, in the only language available to them, "I see you. I am paying attention. I am with you." From an evolutionary perspective, dogs developed this sensitivity not by accident, but by necessity. Over thousands of years of living alongside humans, the dogs who could accurately read human emotional states were better positioned to respond, to survive, and to bond. That skill became wired in, and it lives in your dog today. 2. The lean that has nothing to do with balance. Your dog walks up beside you and simply leans their body against your leg, not asking for a walk, not trying to get food, not reacting to a sound outside, just leaning. It feels like a small thing, an affectionate habit maybe. But in canine behavioral science, body-to-body contact initiated by a dog carries significant meaning. It is a proximity signal, a deliberate choice to close the physical distance between themselves and the person they feel most attached to. Studies on canine bonding behavior have shown that dogs who lean into their owners during unfamiliar or mildly stressful situations are demonstrating what researchers describe as a secure attachment response. The same kind of emotional anchoring seen in young children who move physically closer to a trusted caregiver when they feel uncertain. Like your dog is not leaning on you because you are a convenient surface. They are leaning on you because your presence regulates them, because something in your nearness tells their nervous system, this is safe, this is home. And this is where many owners misunderstand their dog, because when a dog leans and the owner gently moves away, not out of unkindness, but simply because they're busy, the dog often follows, quietly, without drama, and tries again. They are not being clingy. They are communicating something very specific. They are reaching for the one relationship that makes their world feel stable. 3. The yawn that isn't about tiredness. You are in the middle of something tense. A difficult phone call, a stressful moment at home, an argument you didn't want to have, and your dog yawns. It seems unrelated, almost comical. Like they've decided this particular human moment is simply beneath their attention. But behavioral researchers who study canine calming signals, a concept first documented extensively by Norwegian dog trainer and ethologist Turid Rugais, have identified the yawn as one of the most consistent stress response signals in dogs. Your dog is not bored, they are responding to you. In wild canid groups, yawning is used as a social de-escalation behavior, a signal that communicates, "I am not a threat, I am calm. Let's bring the energy down." When your dog yawns in a tense room, they are often doing the same thing, not because they understand the content of your stress, but because they can feel the weight of it, and they are trying, in the only way they know, to soften it. That yawn is your dog saying, "I notice what you're carrying, I'm here. Let it be quieter now." If you're starting to see your dog differently right now, if these moments are beginning to look like something more than habit, hit like and subscribe. There's more ahead. 4. The placement of their body while you sleep. This one is easy to overlook because it happens when you're least aware, but if you pay attention, you'll notice your dog doesn't sleep just anywhere. They sleep in positions that relate directly to you, pressed against your feet, curled beside your pillow, facing the door of the room where you're sleeping, positioned between you and the entrance. This is not coincidence, and it is not simply comfort-seeking. In pack-based canine behavior, the positioning of the body during rest is a reflection of hierarchy, trust, and protection instinct. But dogs who sleep at the threshold of a space, between the vulnerable member of the group and the outside world, are performing a behavioral role that has deep evolutionary roots. They are standing watch, not because they were trained to, but because something ancient in them says, this is what you do for the ones who matter. Bonding hormones like oxytocin, which floods a dog's system during close physical contact with their owner, may also reinforce this nighttime proximity. The closer they sleep to you, the more regulated their chemistry becomes, and yours. Research has shown that co-sleeping with dogs, even in the same room, can lower cortisol levels in both the dog and the human. Your dog isn't just sleeping near you, they are choosing again and again to remain in the orbit of the relationship they value most. 5. The one behavior most owners overlook completely. The greeting that isn't really a greeting. You come home, your dog meets you at the door, but instead of bouncing and spinning and making noise, they bring you something, a sock, a toy, a shoe that technically isn't theirs. They carry it to you quietly and hold it out, and most people laugh and move on. But this behavior, bringing an object during reunions, has been observed in dogs as a form of emotional expression that serves a very specific psychological function. Dogs are not wired to vocalize excitement the way humans are, but they need an outlet for the intensity of the feeling. An object gives them something to do with an emotion too large to hold still. And the fact that they bring it to you, not to anyone else in the room, not to a corner to chew alone, means the emotion they are trying to manage is specifically about you. Your return, your presence, the relief of having you back. In their internal world, your absence creates a low-grade vigilance, not panic, not distress, just awareness, a kind of quiet waiting. And when you return, the whole system relaxes at once, and that relaxation needs to go somewhere. So they bring you a sock, because they didn't know how else to say, "I missed you. I'm glad you're here." Everything is right again. Your dog has never needed words. They were never the right tool for what they were trying to say. What they have instead is presence, placement, timing, stillness and movement, and the deliberate choice of where to be and who to be near. Every lean, every look, every quiet yawn in a tense room. It is all communication. Patient, consistent, instinctual communication directed at the one person they have chosen above all others. And perhaps the most meaningful thing is this: they have been saying it all along. You just needed the language to hear it.